We're good.
We're good.
All right, so then on that note, we'll call the meeting to order. And welcome to everybody. Approval of the minutes.
I have a couple minor changes.
Okay,
Okay, so 4B,
B,
and it's down about 2/3 down. It says the HPC should move methodically through the plans for accessibility, path, parking, and as much as $8,000. That was just a total guess on the cost of that interpretive signage. So I didn't want that to go down as like, you really, okay,
8,000 for
as much as.
pass. And that's
And that's
because,
depending on the size and,
that's also because of the main one, maybe with Templeton history on it.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Which
so
could be
it-
more depending
yeah,
on,
it just depends on what that signage is.
Okay.
But if it's a big one that has, multiple faceted sides to it,
It
it
could be
could be
more.
quite expensive, but I don't know that we'll exceed 8,000.
okay, so up to,
Up to, that would be good.
okay,
And then the last sentence, the cemetery has as many as 50 graves. We don't know exactly. And that was from an article that we read, that we found.
that was an article, but what we actually found right
We
now,
only found 24.
24
Yeah,
with the ground penetrating radar.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
that makes sense, Amy, to you, what to fix?
Yeah, I'm good. I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
And then on item 5, other business, B, the chair, Gloth talked about veterans headstones from the last few meetings for the A250, blah, blah, blah. Senior Planner Gates updated the HPC that one veteran is buried in the cemetery, in Woodland Park Cemetery, but does not have a headstone. And it basically doesn't have a headstone because they don't know where it is. They do not know where that headstone is, or that body is. And that will go to this next page. Actually, then it's, but Vice Chair Allred said she's getting mixed messages from the city. And we haven't been meeting. We've only been talking via email. So there hasn't been any face-to-face meetings. So where it says she's been meeting with Nicole, we've just been talking with Nicole via email, essentially. And then the next page, where it's the third sentence where it says Dan Williams, that was actually Suzanne Leclerc.
where are you now?
So the third sentence on the first paragraph, it says Dan Williams suggested moving the project to Lions Park. It was actually Suzanne that suggested that. Suzanne Leclerc. And then the very last sentence in that first paragraph where I said, it says, Vice Chair stated all 3 veterans are buried in the cemetery but do not have headstones. I do not recall ever saying that because there's only one person buried in the cemetery and we do not know where he is and there's no headstone. So it's not all 3. It was just that one that's currently buried there. And that's it.
Do you follow all that, CJ?
Got it.
Great. Thank you.
Any other corrections, additions, deletions? Larry, you good? I'm good. Eric, you good?
Good.
All right, we're just going through the minutes.
I hear that,
Okay.
and I was voting with the.
Okay, we need a motion to approve the minutes, please.
I make a motion to approve the minutes with corrections.
Thank you, Larry.
Second.
Eric seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Right.
Okay, we got minutes with corrections.
I'm sorry, who seconded? I was looking down.
Eric. Public hearings, we have none. New business. The voters passed the term limits. The removal of term limits and qualifications by each committee to insert into our bylaws or governing documents what recommend to council what we would prefer, and council will approve those. And the only thing I wish is we knew how they were originally stated prior to them being taken out in the first place, but basically this verbiage came directly from what was passed on the.
Right, so, and also in your packet, so you have two different packets, one with the red lines. So if you guys go the direction I think you're gonna go, that's what your new bylaws are gonna look like with those red lines.
So it's
In the packet where the minutes and the agenda are, is our little memo to you all.
Yes,
So ultimately, the voters, passed this term limit, and we have two options now as a board. So under option one or option two, where it says section 2, appointment, term in office, that's what the current language is in the bylaws. And what's bold and underlined under option 1 and option 2 is what's proposed. So we have to pick one of these options, essentially. So option number 1 is there is no limit to the number of terms a historical preservation committee member may serve, either consecutively or non-consecutively. Likewise, there is no limit to the number of partial terms an HPC member may serve. So that's no term limits. You guys can serve here until whatever. Option number 2 is we pick a number. Just because of the constraints of this committee, we have to have specific kinds of people and specific roles. I think you guys are gonna go one way, but I could be wrong. I don't know. So that other sheet where I gave you is the red lines. So everything that's gonna be taken out is crossed out with a black line, and what's new is in red. So on page 1, these bylaws, rules, and procedures shall govern the HPC upon adoption. So that's just the charter section in the code section of where the HPC bylaws are.
you're talking about the red line one now.
Yes, the red line one now. Do you need another one? You
All
have
these papers here, but I don't seem to have that one. Okay, great.
So where, let's see. So on page 2, this is, and again, you guys have to make this decision and make a motion and vote, hopefully to approve these amended bylaws, and then we can run with these. Or if you guys don't like it, then we can go with option number 2, but what's on your red lines is option number 1. So while each regular term of office for a historical preservation committee member is 4 years, there is no limit to the number of terms a historical preservation committee member may serve either consecutively or non-consecutively. So just to have this ready for you guys, I just wanted to have it ready to see what it looks like. But I definitely want your opinions on, maybe you guys do want term limits and I'm way out of turn here. Another red line on page 4, we have the regular meeting date will be on the first Monday. That's just the correction. We meet on Tuesdays. And that's it.
Except there's one other thing.
Okay.
If you read under the membership eligibility, it says ex officio members, 1 member of city council, 1 member of city planning, 1 youth member. Then the next line says must be residents of Woodland Park.
No.
So that means, CJ, you can't come to our meetings anymore.
I can't serve, right?
No, you're not an ex officio.
Oh, an ex officio.
Yeah,
One member of the city council will member.
One member.
And 1 youth member, the ex officio members will be appointed by city council and must. Yeah, I'm city staff. I think it's just the intent of this is that the youth member and the planning commissioner or the city council member must, because in order to be a city council member or a planning commission member, you have to be a resident. But that's not necessarily just because I'm not a resident, I can't
yeah,
work here.
I think a
That would suck.
lawyer might argue that, but I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It just seems. I don't know, the word must is a pretty strong word. But I would move that we go with option 1.
Well, the thing is, if you had a youth member, all the kids that go to school are not residents of the city of Woodland Park.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that word is problematic. If we're changing bylaws, it seems like we should consider that word being,
the planning commission and the city council kind of go
That's,
without saying, because their definition of their offices are residents.
yeah,
But on the other hand, the kids, it has to be a kid that's a resident of the city. I guess would be okay if you think about it though, too.
yeah.
okay,
I
so
think
you're okay
for-
with the word
I'm
must?
I'm okay.
Okay,
Since we can't get a youth anyway. and
Yeah.
we struggle with that. I'm okay with it.
sounds good.
Okay. Anything else, that anybody sees? I'm glad to see that you changed the meeting from Monday to Tuesday, because we've been going for 2 years, 2+ years with it being wrong.
So if you guys do a motion and a vote to approve this, then this will be presented to city council and then, you know.
Are you guys okay with option 1?
I'm okay with option 1.
Okay. All right, we need a motion.
I have a motion to accept as printed,
Yeah,
Option
and
one
go
is-
with option 1,
option 1, yes.
as well as changing the Monday to a Tuesday. Our meeting.
Right.
Okay, so Larry's made the motion. We need a second.
Second.
Any more discussion, guys, or thoughts? We're good with it? All those in favor, what goes to council?
Aye.
All right.
Okay,
The last thing on that, I was preemptive. I have a clean copy that I need to get your signature on and your signature on, just so we're done.
Okay,
We can do that at the end. I just wanted to remind you guys that I need your signature on that.
okay. We're done with that, CJ?
Done with it.
Okay, committee business, active projects.
So I moved the poster up front since this was a big topic of conversation last meeting.
Right,
And I just wanted to have enough time today, so we weren't rushing through this.
sure.
So everyone has what David sent us. Was that today? David?
it's actually changed since then.
Oh, it has.
Very,
No,
very
that-
minor, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I just
Substitute.
briefly looked at it. I had some meetings this afternoon.
no,
I was like, oh,
that's
it's the
fine.
same. So this is the only.
No, this is literally last minute, oh,
Yeah.
fixes, and I don't remember what it was.
It's all-
We've been
all-
working-
You,
I'll pick these.
Yeah.
You printed some off, David?
Well, you taking.
yeah, clean one.
Right, justified.
New one. Yeah, Steve got his wish.
Yeah, let me take this one, Larry, just so you guys don't get confused.
No, take it, please.
Fine.
Thanks, is that the old one?
No.
Okay.
While you're moving stuff around, it was made imperative that I get this.
Yes, sir. So what changed from the previous one, David?
Steve wanted the justification of the text to line up on both sides, left and right. And then Miriam made some adjustments to the shadows and some of the colors.
Just a little bit of color
Yeah.
work.
Gotcha.
So in the brown boxes, if you look at the copy that you distributed to us, you'll see on the right-hand side, it was not,
Justified on each side.
wasn't justified on each side.
Internets after on the
Did we misspell a word?
Spelling,
quite possibly, I'm not sure.
where is it?
After the number 50 in the big box. The box on the left.
Box on the left, under the bearded guy?
And it's right after the number 50, up to 50 internments. I don't know if it should be internments or
Oh, yeah, that's probably a misspelling, huh?
That's why the city of Woodland Park hires smart employees. Not me, I'm like, that looks.
The only way it could justify is to get rid of that letter.
It's hard to know with an R and an M, it gets lost.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Just another loop.
Internments.
Yep,
Right.
we're missing an N.
Well, is it interments or is it internment?
It says it's NM,
Okay. So it's missing an M.
internments.
So
Or
the
R.
N should be an M?
No, there should be
No.
an N added.
Should be R and.
Internments.
It's a lot of loops and straight lines.
How'd you ever notice that?
Yeah, I know,
I'm still looking at it. Okay, that's not what it says here.
That's good.
Okay, note to self, send it to Amy next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. That's why
being
my
a
wife
big
usually does
picky.
this stuff.
Which is good. It's beautiful,
It's gorgeous. This is really neat.
really is.
Do you think, I just had, not a suggestion, just something to talk about on the aerial map? Do you think it would be helpful to have like a, I don't know, an arrow or a circle or
We
something?
thought about that, tried different methods on that, tried different maps on it, and found that it didn't read at all. It was unfortunate, because that was the original intent, was exactly that. And tried highlighting the particular property. As an aside to that, it occurred to me that you know, I have the original history of or the chimneys poster
Hmm,
in their big version of it. And it's amazing how many people come in and just look at it and say, I know where that's at. It actually, they look at it more without being instructed to do so and ignoring the fine print.
Mhm.
So that was a purposeful decision and worthy of discussion. Because it's got
I
the
can
picture, but
see,
it doesn't
like-
say if you don't know.
I know where it is just because I'm familiar with the property,
course.
right? But like a layperson would look at that, it's like,
Wouldn't
oh,
know.
why do you have a picture of a golf course on here?
Well, and I'm
Right.
used to looking at the straight down view. This got tip. Right,
Yep.
so, yeah,
Yep.
which is on purpose,
Which is,
obviously.
which
Gives you
is
some
a
three
more
dimension.
fantastic view to get a sense of the area, but no, it doesn't. If it's the directive to add labels, we'll plop them in there. I was telling you, it gets clumsier than what you would originally think. In a construction document, we always would absolutely highlight it. So, like I said, worthy of discussion, but I want you to know where we were coming from, and it was well considered.
Can you have a headstone out in there to bring the attention to the eye on that? I agree with CJ.
Kind of-
I've been up and down and all around that.
Sure.
It takes me a minute because of the tilt of the Google or the imagery. That's,
Huh.
I'm talking, well, yeah, because
Yeah,
another thing, I've been looking at it from straight above for so long with the survey
course.
end of it.
Of
So
course.
that's what might throw me off.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, put the, I don't know, but Dave just said it's hard to put
Put a workman there.
yeah, you're just put
Maybe
a
tall one.
put a stone,
Mm-hmm.
so you go, oh, that's cool. It really makes this Fairway Pines look really high, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And I don't know if you want to include all of the people who provided grants for the project or just the.
it was just the Past Saddle Club and then the City of Woodland Club, probably $68.
I thought, wasn't there a donation from Steve Butt's son?
No, we did not use that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Cause that's what was in, I think, several minutes. Steve mentioned that. several
it
times.
was available if we needed it. And Steve doesn't like to take his son up on that off unless we absolutely need it because he asks him a lot for stuff.
There is an awful lot jam packed in here.
There is.
But the whole theme of this was the restoration. of said property.
There was a
Right.
little twist on the historical aspect in that, a good piece of the intent is historical restoration, not just history.
And
Right.
that one more typo
Oh,
in the Templeton here, I think it's, but for the occupants of the little city of the dead care not, it should be for the beauty of the landscape over their heads.
oh,
Calling,
you catch that, David?
No.
Over here.
This one,
Is that a quote though?
well, if it's mistyped,
second line,
I think then,
the dead care not for,
if you wanna check the quote.
not,
Oh.
not for the,
That doesn't make sense otherwise, does it? Although
But you might wanna.
that
check
was
the-
directly from a story, so if it's a
if it's a
quote of a misquote,
If it was mistyped. It's just something to check.
we'll check.
If the quote was wrong or the,
Well, if you were typing it in, because or isn't gonna catch your spelling.
No, well,
Because or is a word, so,
mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
So did the number of headstones here represent what,
There's a picture of every
every one of
piece.
them, right?
Mhm. And organized so that you could actually see something where the aerial view. The after restoration picture shows what kind of layout they occur in. Which to use as for the whole poster. Well, accurate doesn't make a pretty poster.
Right. So Dave, this picture back here is the background at the very top.
Mhm.
What are we looking at? Just a view of,
What do you mean?
well, this is an open spot. I just wondered if that was a shot from around here.
It was a shot that is the actual background with a little extra highlighting on the color.
Okay,
So it is the real thing. The whole yard, this whole yard space is actually there, and then we graphically placed this.
Gotcha.
Highlighted the green, placed the stones in place so that you could actually read something.
mhm,
And then obviously the whole surround underneath that is a drone. A drone shot
Got it.
provided by
Charlie,
Charlie.
yeah,
Mhm.
okay, cool.
I've got one more thing, just a stickler about the grammar.
I'm glad somebody can read.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
the bottom, it just, the restoration and preservation of the cemetery was due to the efforts of Linda Allred, Steve Platt, Colorado School of Mines Geophysics Department, and a very generous financial help from UPass Saddle Club. It doesn't quite, a very generous financial help, I think, and a generous grant from,
Yeah.
Yeah.
would be suitable.
Take out A.
And
Very generous
I would
grant.
take out very and a generous grant. So take out very and financial help and then put
a generous.
a
grant
generous grant.
From the
you.
UPass side.
And a generous financial grant, just take out
You
very.
can take out grant financial too.
Yeah.
and
you could take
a
out very,
Generous grant from the UPass Saddle Club.
so take out very financial and replace add grant.
Generous
mhm.
grant.
Hey? Good, I
It's my.
totally agree with that. No, I just do pretty pictures. I don't read.
This is really cool.
I also think it's funny that the one picture of the School of Mines shows the guy, pushing that GPS, and it's the girls that did way more work back then.
Yeah,
Gotta give love to the men, huh?
yeah.
They did way more work than he did.
So is that aerial map from the drone then?
Yes,
Okay,
This one is.
now this one
Is this,
here.
this one wasn't, was it? That one wasn't from Charlie. was it?
no, that was from,
Google.
that's a Google Earth
Hmm.
shot, which Christine went through and searched around with that and is good at manipulating it. And we made a choice of the view and what appeared best by resolution and
Yeah,
best picture.
I was just curious about.
So
that.
it is interesting that took into Google Earth just for your fun. And we were looking at a couple different ones. They had a much older one, so
Yeah.
in black and white that looked more historical, but it didn't read. It
Hmm.
just wasn't clear.
Yeah,
You know, even on this, the Google Earth shot, if you look at that real carefully, and I suppose high resolution on a computer screen, but if you look at that, you can see
I know.
you can see other graves
Yeah.
or what would be the same shapes.
The texture.
You can
In
tell
the
from the
ground.
texture, and then if there's a guesstimate, there's 24 graves that are identified, that you guys identified.
Yes.
Right. So the article said there were as many as 50 at one time. So if you think about it and you look at that, it'd be very easy to fill in another,
There is. And when you walk around after we cut the grass,
you could
it's
really
very
see,
obvious
you could
when
see
you're
the
walking around.
indentations and stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Interesting observation.
You know,
Yeah.
it's. Oh, wait, go ahead, Amy, what's up?
On the photos, these two historical ones. I think after Kenny Engler, there should be a comma. And then 1954, photo by historian Kenny Engler, comma, 1954. I think.
Comma.
And then the next, the next picture down. I don't think you have to, it's just my editorial thing. I don't think you have to say this is another June 1954. You can just say Anna Lacey's and David Workman's headstones, comma. And do the, Kenny Engler, photo by historian Kenny Engler again. Like you don't have to say this is another.
Just delete. This is another.
You would say that, yes, and it would just say,
Leave June, it goes with 1954.
yeah, you could put that under
Well, just like you did above,
Engler, yeah,
photo
yeah,
by
yeah.
historian Kenny.
right, yeah. Or just take out the comma after June.
Yeah, the date goes with the historical. Okay.
Because you wanted the focus to be on what the photo is of, and then the credit goes after.
That's, yes.
There's some resemblance there, right?
oh, this here?
Yeah.
Good, I'm on.
Those people were scary back then.
Just hard men,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
He never looked like that.
Anything else,
Never.
guys?
I like the ode to the survey by Mr. Gloth.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's a recorded document. It's very
Really
cool with the seal and everything,
Mhm.
signature.
Mhm. So make sure we send this to Amy before it gets reissued.
I really do like to, edit.
Well, that's appreciated. I literally don't try to force it because I
Yeah.
lost good abilities in doing that. So I assigned somebody else to do the
That's one of
proofreading
my
and
strengths.
you are
That's
doing
one
it
of my
well. So it's good, not wrong.
No, I'm really glad, and you can, it should be pretty easy fixes, but I know in
They are.
like Photoshop and a lot of, software that is the graphic stuff, they don't have spell check or grammar check in these boxes. So at least in my experience, so you have to, I have in my own personal things, when I just type in those boxes. And then I read it on paper later, I'm like, oh. Yep, typo. I always catch it on the paper and not on the computer.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
so.
So we've just learned that Amy is a resource.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I
For
am.
everybody. Okay, so this is definitely 99% there with a
So
few
great.
corrections, and Amy can look at it one more time maybe,
Yeah, I can do
and
that.
so we're ready to go with it.
The other thing on the list too, once we get it updated, David, Amy can take another look at it, then we'll send it over to FedEx and get this printed again on the nice paper, and then I'll definitely wanna just email you, Linda, or whoever wants to hand them out. I think the library wants some, or
Good, yes.
the Historic Society, or
Mhm.
anyone else, so at least we'll have some copies.
Maybe hand them out at the council meeting.
Yes, we will do that. If you can get it to me. Thursday is the next meeting. So if you want to do it on Thursday at the council meeting, we can do that.
But there's also
But there's also, we're doing
another, you've got
December 18th. So if it doesn't happen by Thursday, then December 18th, we can
Well-
present it to council.
December 18th would also be
You know what?
our
Let's do,
appointments,
that's exactly what I was just gonna say. We'll do it on the 18th.
so we don't have to crunch for this Thursday.
Especially since snow might be coming in and Miriam may not make it to the office
Right,
tomorrow.
okay. And then there's enough time for Dave to invoice so that it falls.
No, I gave him the invoice.
Oh, you've got the invoice.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's done. Okay. So we can meet all the deadlines here.
we can.
Okay. And you're good with all that, CJ?
I'm good. If you
Fine.
got, this is,
Okay.
your guys' project, and I
Okay.
love it.
Okay. Anything else? We good?
Mm-hmm.
Dave, you good with inputs at this point?
Oh, yeah, no, editing is the right thing to do, and as you're saying, it's respected that there's nothing major about it in the formatting, it's minor corrections, and that's appreciated, because there was some time put into it. But yes, it was an interesting project to make this read as a art project and as the poster, so pleased with that, and Miriam that works for me did all the planting of the graphics on that, and we supervised on that. Linda had a chance to edit into it. Steve Clute checked the information, the basic information, so there
And
was
he's gonna check all the spelling.
begins the spelling. So that's all really good to go. I'm happy with it.
Our approach to this one being a kind of a documentation of the actual restoration has lended itself to be a more busy poster.
Mhm.
Because our posters typically, we've tended to cut back.
Yes.
From a historical perspective, whereas this is probably our,
I didn't see anything that just felt like you wanted to do without at all. So, but the graphic presentation, I feel that reads long enough, relevant enough. Concept is that that's interesting. You go look and then, oh, what does that say?
Yeah.
So I think it's reasonable with that. Otherwise, yes, it's as busy as it can get. It just can't go anymore.
okay. So we're good. I don't think we need a vote on it. I think we have consensus, and I think we have some corrections, and Dave can run with that and
Mhm.
fire it back out to Amy before we have the final, and get it to CJ, and CJ then we can be ready for the council meeting in 2 weeks. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Moving on, 5B is Robert's House grant. To-do list, we updated that last time, I believe, as far as the actual to-do list.
Yeah, I think there's really nothing to, it's honestly January is gonna be a busy month for that, so.
I was wondering if maybe you and I could both meet with Chuck as
I
opposed to
agree.
just me doing it.
I agree.
Okay,
Yeah,
so will you take the lead on that?
sure.
Okay,
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so you guys are planning to meet in January on that?
sounds like it. Sounds like
Right,
it's
CJ?
January.
Yes.
Okay, with Chuck Severn.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Cool. All right. So 5C Templeton Cemetery Restoration Plan. I don't think there's anything new on that, but I mean, we're not done with maybe some markers and some things going
Access.
forward.
Yeah,
Access will,
but that kind of has to go through planning and,
that's gonna be a complex thing. but-
Yeah.
And we're nowhere on that right now.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't
We'll
know.
have to get our facilities guy, Rob Phillips involved too. I mean, he's kind of running the whole golf course right now and that, I guess that building's pretty derelict, so I think that's the first thing they wanna.
Sure.
I mean, for me,
So-
if we can just keep the grass cut, I'd be happy.
Yeah,
And then
that's-
once we can start talking access, I don't see anything else happening out there until there's access.
Yeah.
Does
I-
the brush hog work? Is that
That's
he's,
what Steve's used.
I can drive, I don't know how to use it, but I got one on my John Deere. Big
Well,
one.
when the grass gets tall next year, we'll figure out
Okay,
who's gonna
I'm
do
right
it.
there. I don't even have,
There's
I
one
don't
there's
even
one
have to
other
trailer
thing
it.
it seems to me we should push on, and that's getting that disc
Yes,
Yeah,
basket moved.
yeah, that would be priority.
What is it called?
Frisbee golf?
Frisbee, getting that frisbee golf basket that is right there on the edge.
I have mentioned that it's a point of contention because there are a lot of folks that do use that recreationally.
move it somewhere else.
Just move it. I know it sounds
Just let you
easy.
know.
Disrespectful.
Okay, but I just think we need to,
I have brought that up.
I think we just need to be a squeaky wheel. We just keep mentioning the
Yeah. Yeah.
frisbee basket, is that what it is?
Frisbee golf basket, I don't do frisbee golf, so I don't know what it's called.
Play real golf.
Well, we're not asking for frisbee golf to go away, we're just asking that maybe it not encroach on the dead people up there.
Yeah, frisbees bouncing off of all of that. I think that's terrible. I'll go move it. Is that okay? It's not okay?
Just move it out in the middle of the road.
Okay.
Disappears.
Under the cover.
Unfortunately, recorded and now on YouTube.
That's right, way to go, Eric.
My voice staff.
It's on YouTube.
Talk much, but that one bugs me.
Okay, all right, moving on, preservation plan. That's the next year project as we continue to march on that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Bergstrom Park reimagined, the only thing I'll mention is, boy, city's dug in, digging stuff up over there.
On Bergstrom Park. Yep. Yep. So.
Big time.
Development. So.
It's a little bit of a surprise that it's that dug up
Mhm.
to support Taba, I guess, right?
The infrastructure.
Yeah, the storm sewer runs through there
Yeah.
Mhm.
in the parking lot. Yeah, and the new wall. Yeah, it's
Is the turn lane still,
The turn lane, has to go in per CDOT, so, the Tava group will be, reimbursing the city on behalf of that loss of land. So,
the rest area sign
on the highway,
that was made and put right there in front of Bergstrom was a sign that Jeff Cahill did
okay,
under the Main Street 1.0 funding and monies. Has there been discussion about removing that sign and getting rid of it, or anything that you're aware of, CJ?
not to my knowledge, no, do you know?
Mhm.
Probably not, yeah.
that blue sign.
Yeah,
It's on the
I-
plans, but I don't know.
I think I don't wanna speak out of turn. 'Cause
Yeah, I don't
know.
really either because I don't
But
know.
isn't that a registered rest stop with the state of Colorado?
I
So you
believe
have-
it is, because there are signs at the
So
entrance.
you have to advertise that, right? So,
So maybe it stays. I would
don't
like
know
the
for
sign
sure.
to not be destroyed is all I'm getting at is that. So if we could at least identify it, if it needs to be identified as needing to stay, or even getting Jeff to remove it, or relocating it, or cost a pretty penny. Just saying.
I can ask those questions. We do have a meeting with that development group tomorrow.
I'm just wondering, you know, where that turnoff lane is gonna be and where it's gonna cut over. Is that sign in the right spot? So I'm, and with construction, it could very easily be destroyed.
The
Yeah.
demolition's done, right? Already on the turn lane.
Yeah,
and the curbs.
they just haven't poured yet.
So is the sign
Oh.
still there?
I think
try
the
to-
sign is
I
still
think so,
there,
yeah.
but we should take a look, and I'm just bringing it up because that was a special project.
Hmm.
And if there's a purpose still for it,
Right.
let's move it.
Yeah. I'll
Just
ask
a comment.
question.
Okay, cool.
6A, that's just a typo on my part. I apologize. So I moved that up to the top of the list and then I left it under 6A, so. I
Okay,
apologize.
so
We already
we'll
talked
just
about that.
cross 6A goes away, 6B. And just for clarification, it should be A 250, comma, C 150. And then if you want Woodland Park 50.
And what is the 50 for Woodland Park?
50-year being a city. Woodland Park became a city in 1976.
Bicentennial.
Okay,
So what?
we were a town up until
Oh,
we were not a city.
Got it.
And so now that we're a city, I think a home rule city, meaning a variety of things.
Because 1891 was when it became a town?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what was
Was
confusing.
incorporated, I would think.
Well, I
as
thought
a
it was
town, right?
incorporated back then in El Paso County.
It was.
Could have been,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was, because that's when the Foster's edition, I've been looking at that a lot lately. That was the Foster's edition to Manitou Park, part of El Paso County
Yeah, it says it on the
on the
on the
plat.
plat.
But the other thing is, just to make everybody aware, the UPass Historical Society is celebrating their 50th next year as well, which was created in 1976 too. So there's several things really unique to our
Yeah,
community for that celebration type of thing. So having said that, has there been any more discussion within the city?
yeah, I asked Kristen today and I think they're wanting to do something as far as the 4th of July parade. As a celebration, so
4th of July parade?
4th of July, yeah. So
Really?
that's kind of just an idea, yeah. So I'm not sure if anything's in concrete yet or what's
4th
happening,
of July, we have an old fashioned 4th of July in the park
right?
parade.
Maybe I misunderstood.
Who's gonna check?
I'm just
thought
going to
they-
challenge you on that to find out what they are thinking,
Okay.
because it seems that Kristen and company would want to check with this committee
Mhm.
for ideas or possibilities, which has not happened. So I'm suggesting that perhaps this group would have, I mean, we could go back in our minutes, and for the last 4 or 5 months, we've been bringing up this celebration and what can we do?
And I agree, that has happened, you know, we've been asking questions, you know, but you know, a lot of that stuff is kind of out of our hands, unfortunately, so we're asking the right questions, we're just not getting.
Who's making the decision, you think?
Well, you know, who makes the decisions on behalf of the cities, our city manager and our city council members. Our elected
Yeah, but
officials.
somebody in staff has to bring it up, I'm thinking, CJ. I'm just suggesting that you've got an active historical committee here, and we're not engaged or asked, and we started asking that question a while back. So I'm just pushing on you to keep pushing on them, or whoever it is, and invite them to come to this meeting. If we could have a brainstorming, with it's a year-long celebration, and it's like, is Woodland Park gonna do anything? And we have a 50th celebration, and we've got some good ideas that we've been kicking around with other groups too. And it could be a real focal point for the city if it's done right.
Mhm.
But we can't be part of it if we aren't asked or pulled in. So maybe we should invite the powers to be to come to our next meeting in January to brainstorm about this.
Or somebody could go to the A250, C150 meeting to see what other areas. are
But you've gone to
discussing.
those,
I haven't been to the last two
okay?
because I wasn't getting I had nothing to talk about there, so I was just kind of there.
Well,
But
and-
yeah, there's a lot of communities. The thing that's really advantageous for Woodland Park is that this is all gonna be advertised for free
Right,
through the city of Colorado Springs, who's going to just populate all of their websites and pamphlets, and anybody that walks into the visitor center within the city of Colorado Springs and says, what's going on this weekend? And if Woodland Park's got something going on, people are gonna come up here. So it puts, it's just an opportunity for the city. That at the moment, we're not taking any advantage of.
well, and we have the opportunity with the mural on the side of the library. With the artist who's ready to go, so it's a shovel-ready project that could give a lot of publicity to the
Because
city.
people could come and wanna watch. come
And
watch.
Lois would love for people to come and watch, and we could have a drone footage and promote it and come watch it and donate to it and get the community involved. It's about community. And most people don't even know about this celebration that's going on, so it would be an opportunity to really highlight it and bring together the completion of that project if the city was also behind it. So I would just really like to, anything you can do, CJ, to get some participation with us would be greatly appreciated, I guess is what I'm saying. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, and if we can get something that I can advertise with this group, then I'd be happy to go back down there and there's a meeting this coming Tuesday. The next meeting's this Tuesday.
Sure.
So they're ramping up their efforts.
Well, we're getting close because they want to kick it off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
In a month.
right. It's
Things are
it's
gonna
right around
start.
the corner. And there's also the bubbling in the back corner, still continuing the 6 Woodland Park service people, World War I and World War II, that gave their lives and wanting to get some sort of recognition around there. And that project, I don't think is dead, but there could be some A250,
mhm.
C150 celebration around that too. We could have multiple things going on all year. I know the farmer's market is going to do something and have something visible for people for 17 weeks. To let people know that it's even going on, because August 1st will be Colorado Day. And actually that's on a Saturday this next year. But Friday is the market, the farmer's market. So, but can people, it'd be nice to help educate people as to what's going on there, not just their community, but in the state. So I just want to throw that out, that we've got to move on it, or at least see if there's an interest. I think groups are going to move on it, even if the city doesn't move on it. The city could be left flat-footed if we don't. I'd love it if the city were involved.
We need our city person here.
We need that too, yeah. Anything else on the A250, C150? If CJ takes the lead to try to get Kristen here or somebody, that's who you said was kind of, she's the publicity person among other
Correct.
things,
Yeah,
right?
she runs the website and all of our social media accounts.
Do you
Yeah.
have any interest in going to the A250 meeting to see what other people are
I
doing?
know for a fact, like this week you said on Tuesday, there's just no way, because we had a meeting with her on a different project and she is just swamped right now with the Christmas parade.
Mm.
And what did they do? Something in the park on this week, Christmas in the park or something? Winter in the park.
Mm.
So yeah, there's
Yes, no, it's Friday or Saturday.
Friday, I think. So pretty swamped.
Well, if she, a lot of people are just rebranding things that they're already doing. So like Lori said, the farmer's market. So you may just want to suggest to her to look at her entire calendar for next year, that's of events and things that have already been established. And at the very least, start
Advertising,
identifying
sure.
something as a celebration. And if I can get dates on those things, I can get them inputted into their website and their database. But I mean, I think the mural would be the most unique thing,
Yeah.
getting people up here, because a lot of people would like to see a mural actually come to life.
Well, it would be part 2 of the original project from 12 years ago. So, but sure would like to get the newbies on the staff plugged into what's possible out there, CJ.
And then, what are you doing to try to fund that? Where are you going for funding for that?
Well, there's a lot of nonprofit groups that have some money that might contribute to that. And the UPass Historical Society has some dollars. The library has told me they probably would contribute. I'm actually going to meet with them at their board meeting in March. I'm on the agenda along with Lois. I'm going to take the artist and we're going to do a small presentation. And there's still the Woodland Park Arts Alliance is still active. And there may be some dollars there. And there's you guys tapped into the UPass Saddle Club. They have dollars. I'd like to tap into them for some dollars. So I'd love if the city could contribute some dollars to it as well.
So is there a reason to set a deadline date as to when you would, like Lois starts on August 1st? The day, and as a way to set a deadline to try to get buy-in by the city and to identify the funds that you've got?
I would think January, February, March, April timeframe, we get the funds all lined up. Lois is ready to go. She's committed to doing it.
Beginning summer.
Beginning the summer, and she wants to refresh the current mural.
It
needs to be washed,
So you're looking for around 35,000?
35 total
Yeah,
for both,
So you're-
to refresh the cultural center
and to do the new one.
and to do the new one.
So does it have to, does it have to be approved by the city that even do it?
Or is that just library?
Just library. City has, to my knowledge, the city has no ownership in the library. It's more of a collaborative group effort within our community coming together to support the project is really what it is.
So, I guess what I'm asking is, what precisely do you need? Then are you just gonna
I'm
move
looking
forward?
for buy-in. And if the city doesn't get on board, I think it'll be very sad and unfortunate.
Cause you're gonna move forward on this,
I'm moving forward.
whether
with
the
them
city's
or
involved
without
or
them.
not. So
That's
there,
right.
I think that's the important point then. That's what I was trying to get at you.
But the city's gonna benefit immensely from this whole effort.
It will. I mean, especially if we do it, if we advertise it through the A250
Yes,
as an ongoing thing. I mean, all
Yes.
these young artists that
yes,
want to see my son wants to do murals.
yes.
He'll come down and
There
see.
is so many angles that this could promote and just get people to come to Woodland Park and watch Lois painting it.
Yep, just how you
And
do it.
she's fast painter. This is not going to be drug out through the summer. This will happen relatively quickly. I've already talked to her about that. I mean, she's painting portraits of people's weddings and done within the confines of the 20-minute ceremony, for God's sakes. I mean, this woman moves fast.
Amazing.
Yeah, David and I
amazing.
did the addition to her house,
Yeah,
so we know Lewis.
yeah. So I'm just saying it could be. We're
Okay, so
not asking the city to come up with a project. We're asking the city to embrace some ideas that are already out there. Please come get on board with us.
Yeah,
That's really what I think we're asking.
so that's your job then. Get me excited.
Okay,
Push received.
okay, thank you, CJ. Okay, we're still historic designation possibility that'll roll into next year, right, guys, on Henrietta
We have
Lake.
the list being compounded right now on our permit tech grants desk, so that list will be pushed out and mailed in January.
So that letter
letter that we approved the
Right.
last meeting will be sent in January.
Sit in January.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That'll give us another,
Yeah, so hopefully.
Data
good
point.
Responses.
okay. The Boss Building, I don't know that, CJ, to your knowledge,
Nope.
nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
I need to put a big banner across that on the street side so that when Fox 21 uses it for their background, which they do every morning.
Oh, God. So
A
sad.
big
Sad.
banner so it distracts from it or something.
Okay, down to reports, committee member reports. Dave, anything for us?
No, I'm covered with
You're
the
covered.
previous
Okay,
discussion.
very good. Eric?
I think the poster's great. But I've been looking at it,
Appreciate it.
incredible.
Okay, great.
Nothing to report.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Linda?
Saving Places.
Yes.
So we didn't get a postcard from them this year. Did you get a postcard?
Got a postcard. Lindsay emailed last week on, gosh, I think it was like Thursday or Friday, late last week. Saying, hey, scholarships are available. Then on Monday, I received an email saying funds are all gone.
Hmm.
Like, I think their
They're
budget-
very unorganized this year or
their
something.
their budget, I bet, was this small. That's my just
Yeah.
opinion.
Because they didn't send, I haven't gotten any notifications. And this
So-
is my 4th year. I haven't gotten any email notifications, paper notifications. And I went online yesterday just to see. And they're taking registrations. And as of December 10th, the price goes up. So I haven't registered yet. I just want to make sure that when I use my credit card, I'll be reimbursed because it's non-refundable.
You'll be reimbursed.
Okay.
100%.
But we aren't gonna get, so we could get the early bird discount
still get
if
the early
she
bird.
registers by the 10th,
Yes,
but the scholarships are all gone.
in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, I think something's definitely going
I
on.
think, yeah, I personally, just from talking with her, like on those other grants and stuff, their federal funding is just little to
Yeah,
none
right.
right now, so.
Yeah, so I think they've just cut back,
Just-
or maybe their staff has cut back, because the
Yeah.
communication, I haven't.
There's- Yeah, another thing with winter, and she said they're having a lot of turnover right now, and I think just like every municipality and every government agency, like we work with too, it's like turnover. Short staffed, they
Yeah.
can't get new people in the door, it's tough.
It's
Yeah.
tough. So as far as we're concerned, so Linda, you're planning to
I'm going
register and you're
and
going.
my husband needs to get like Husband of the Year award because February 11th is his birthday.
Okay.
And well, I've known him since 1980 and I've never been away from him for his birthday before. And he is encouraging me to go. I was gonna wait and go on Thursday. But then I wouldn't get there till, at the,
Sure.
and he has said I can go on the 11th.
Just celebrate on it.
Yeah, we are. We're celebrating the end of January. Going to Copper, but, okay, I will go ahead and register.
Okay, yeah,
Is
cause I
there
talked to
anybody else that wants to go?
I'm in Hawaii, so.
You're in Hawaii?
Well, if we don't get any scholarships, only one person can go.
Yeah, I
between the-
just wanted to ask if
Yeah.
there was any other interest.
Yeah, cause I talked to Karen about it today and let her know and, with their budget and stuff, but ultimately we have those funds available per our budget, so.
Yeah,
And we have to send somebody, so.
yeah,
It's like
okay.
you're doing this committee a favor by like volunteering every year to go do this.
Yeah, just
So,
going
yeah,
alone
we're-
this year.
We're gonna fund it.
Steve will be up there.
Oh, is he gonna be
I
there?
think Steve's going through the UPass Historical Society.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty
So
sure.
somebody will be there.
That's what I understood anyway, I
Okay.
know time will tell, but I think so.
Okay,
Okay,
all right, I will pull the trigger.
anything else?
Nope.
Nope, thank you. Larry?
Patron lunch has not been set for January yet. When and where?
I think the second Saturday
The second
at the
Saturday,
UPass Cultural Center, I think is what I heard Pat say.
haven't heard.
Okay. But it's coming up,
It's-
so, but we'll have our meeting here before that, so we'll be able to tell people.
Okay,
And what's the lunch called? Patron?
the patrons lunch, they provide a lunch for all members. And members can meet, know each other.
Members of.
The UPass Historical
Okay.
Society.
Okay, thank you.
Right. It's the one time patrons can get together. For
Yeah. Kind of a
Plus-
reward for being a
a
member.
member, right? And I want to thank Linda for identifying changes that need to be made at the UPass Historical Society, so it looks more pleasing to the eye and inviting. I hear you've been visiting there and have an idea what needs to be done.
David helped.
And David was there also. Well,
Mhm.
thank you both. And I am researching to find out the original color of the building. I'm sure it was white with a garage,
We were all over that one.
without,
But mustard yellow.
no, it was, I'm sure, but I have a photo somewhere.
You think it's white?
It's white and it had a barn, I mean, a garage.
Was it stucco?
Or
was it
the
copper or
photo's too
siding?
far back to tell, but I can see the house with the big window and it was white, but I'm trying to find the photo for you.
Yeah, because, I mean, David and I don't know that there was much stucco in this area back in those days. So was it, was it stuccoed over at some point?
I don't know,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I appreciate your efforts to
Oh.
do that, because I've been weeding up all those stones. I couldn't find my wife's stone there. It was all this weeds, and I thought, this is not the way we're supposed to run a business, to recognize all these people. And so I've weeded it all, but I didn't know what to do with all the weeds, where they piled up. But I thought, here I am. But then I heard that you were there to eyeball what needs to be done with a grant from, I forgot who the grant was for.
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile. So thank you for your efforts. I appreciate that.
And he's talking about
Okay.
History Park. I don't know if you
Yeah.
got that.
So-
Okay.
Okay, so anything else? Larry?
That's it.
Okay,
During our walk, Larry and I were looking at the stones. And I wasn't aware that, what those stones represented. So he pointed out his wife's and I said, how come you don't have a stone yet? He goes, well, I haven't kicked the bucket. It's like, well, we will put it.
They were just donor stones.
Then my question is, are the stones that are sitting there, are they waiting to go on the ground, or are they gonna do a wall?
well, any number of things. So
Yeah.
to that point, the UPass Historical Society is considering pursuing that T-Mobile grant. That's a $50,000 grant. And they do this apparently quarterly. And so Linda and Dave have both been involved, and they have mocked up some improvements at History Park. So I can pass this around for you guys to look at, kind of take a look at what the concept is. But what I would like to know from this committee's perspective, on our behalf, from the Historical Preservation Committee, I would like to write a letter of recommendation of support for the UPass Historical Society pursuing this, because there needs to be community buy-in, and they need a specific number of letters of support. So I would like to ask you guys' permission if anybody has a problem with me composing a letter of support. And CJ, I would request that I give it to you and you put it on city letterhead,
Okay,
and that we could then provide to the UPass Historical Society to use in that grant application. Now, the grant application, if they miss there's a deadline for the end of this year. And then the next application date, I believe, is the end of March. So if we don't get our act together to apply in December, the intent would be to apply in March. And the intent would also, 50,000 is not going to cover all of the proposed type of improvements over there. So it would be proposed to be done probably in phases. So if you guys are okay with that, I would just like our buy-in as a committee. I didn't want to just do it without everybody's approval in here, that we support that effort.
I so approve.
I totally support that. You've talked rightfully so many times about intergroup connections, collaborations, and communication. And so I think that is absolutely the right thing to do.
Okay, cool. So I'll do that. And the other thing is I'm going to pursue probably talking to Kelly, Mayor Case, and see about a letter of support from the city. Then that the benefits of a community type project of how it benefits the community, but it would be some, basically, and Linda can talk to this since Linda is collaborating with the Pass Historical Society, but greening it up and making it more inviting, and when people take a look over there, they'll see something, and it'll become attractive to want to come over there and visit. So it's an enhancement for the community overall type of thing. And that's kind of the idea. So
Go for it.
okay, I'll continue to pursue that as well. And the thought was to reach out to the Chamber of Commerce, the city, our group,
Main Street. I would mention Main Street.
DDA,
Main Street starting up, they could,
but I don't know if that was number 5.
oh,
That's why I'm hesitating.
Yeah, when I was talking
It
to them,
might
they were gonna go.
But they haven't defined their boundaries yet either. And if they were using Main Street 1.0 boundaries, then it would be inside those boundaries. Yeah.
you don't know.
The DDA is a good place to go to.
So, and there's also the DDA mini grants. There's 5,000 more that possibly the Historical Society could benefit from to add to that. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. And then, did we decide that next year's poster was gonna have something to do with the mayors?
The mayors of
Okay.
the city.
City,
So
so
Bert, for sure.
two sources of information. Steve says he has a list of mayors, but Suzanne Leclerc, before she's out of here, she tells me she has a list of mayors. So we might want to ask Suzanne for her list and Steve for his list and put them together to make sure they match. Yeah, it's just a thought.
And look for any missing pieces and
Right, and
give
start,
me a chance to edit it.
and start now.
But she's retiring the first of the year.
Sometime, yeah, her last, sometime mid-January, I think will be
I think the 13th or 15th or something.
something like that. So this month, somebody needs to reach out to Suzanne and get the list of mayors that she has,
I can do that.
if you would, please. Okay, and then we'll marry that up with Steve's list, because he's made a list, I understand as well. Okay, so just wanted to share that and keep you guys in the loop with what's going on. Okay, that's everything that I had. We were missing our, boy, I sure wish we could get a council person that could be with us, because they could take some of this stuff to council to help build support for us. Bummer.
Did we know why he's not here this week?
Aaron, our city manager, came to me right before this meeting and just said he just received an email and is very sorry, and he just couldn't make it today, so he apologizes.
Okay. CJ, your report, please.
I think I've talked enough. Suzanne is retiring. We have hired a new city clerk. Her name's Monica. So I believe Monica sent out the email to David, Eric, and Lori for the reappointments. So as we alluded to earlier, they want to do the appointments on December 18th prior to the new year. So
that
to
would
give
mean,
you guys a deadline, do you know? I mean, we talked today, the 9th or
I
something.
put mine in.
Yeah, Dave, we have David's, but we don't have your two.
what was the deadline?
9th.
The 9th
The 9th, and then they want us in front of council on the
on
18th.
the 18th.
Are you gonna re-up?
Mm-hmm,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I will.
I realized that I was being kind of pushy when I sent you the
You
application.
guys didn't respond to me when I sent out my email. So I didn't know if you guys had put in or not.
But I responded because I sent.
You
link.
responded, but you two did not respond to me.
Yeah, I'll respond now. Sorry.
No,
I was trying to figure out the date that
Oh.
night, remember I was just a airhead,
Oh,
emailing early in the morning and saying, what date is it? And then I found it.
okay,
So the 9th is what I read on an email.
yes.
Okay, cool.
Our next meeting is on what, January
Fix
6th?
Okay,
the new year.
It'd be nice to have a quorum.
okay.
I'll be here.
I'll be here.
Unless we have anything else, I think we're.
So who's the re-ups?
David, Lori, Eric.
Okay, good. We get up there all at once and
There'll be
hoot the horn a little bit.
one by one.
Gotta get up and try to outshine Larry's
Oh, sure.
re-ups
Now
from
that,
last time.
That wasn't my intent, you know that.
I'm glad you did it. Me, nothing to say.
So, okay. Thank you, we're adjourned.
Yay.
Thanks for the good work.
Was any- was anything on the call?